Okay, so this is a custom test I used to check the intelligence of LLM. So we are running it on ChatGPT 3.5. I know the answer is 36. And here you can see it calculated that it was 32 apples. So let's head over to my boosted LLM. This is also ChatGPT 3.5, but we are using the API. So when I run this now, you can see should use code analysis, yes. And the next thing it does is create a Python code to actually try to fix this. Okay, so the first attempt didn't work. So let's see if it can self-correct here. Code output 36, perfect. After going through the series of events you describe, you end up with a total of 36 apples. Perfect. So today I'm just going to explain the logic behind the system. We're going to do some more testing, and I'm going to show you how I use Claude 3 Opus to add features to this. Okay, so what you see here is basically how I thought about it. This is not a new concept, of course. GPT-4 uses this all the time with a code interpreter. So, of course, that is kind of my inspiration, right? The first thing we're going to do is to analyze the user's input query to find out if we even need to use code to improve the answer. And if the answer to that is no, then it's just going to respond as normal. So we're going to skip this step here. But if the answer to that is yes, then we're going to write the code. We're going to execute this code in the terminal. We're going to take that output and we're going to fetch the user question, and we're going to feed the code output into a prompt as context. Think of it a bit more like RAG, and this will enhance the LLM's response, and we can bring that answer back to the user. So like I said, it's pretty much inspired by the code interpreter, but yeah, you can use it on local models, you can use it on any kind of model you want, right? Before we do some more testing, let's take a look at some key lines of code in this system. So the first lines I want to highlight is the should use code function. So this takes the user input, right? We set a system message for this. So you are an expert in determining when to use Python code would be advantageous to provide the best answer to a user's question. And I want this to answer yes if it believes using Python code would be beneficial, and no if natural language is fine. And the next part is just going to be this variable here where we use the OpenAI to answer this prompt. So here we kind of feed in the user question, right, in this F string. And then we kind of just go, if there is a calculation or similar need to be done to answer the user's question, always answer yes. And then we're just going to return yes in the analyst response. So this is kind of what decides if we're going to actually use code in the query or not. Another important part of this system is when we actually trigger the should use code approach and we start to create our code. It's very important that we save or store this output in a variable called code output. So this is going to be the output from the successfully executed code, right? And then we have this variable called natural language response. Here we take the user's question and we take the context that is going to be the code output, right? So this is, you can think of this more like RAG. And then we're just going to trigger like use the context above. So this is the code output and the question. And give a helpful answer to the user's question in natural language. So basically, yeah, you can think of this like you take the RAG that we bring in from the code part, and we look at that, and we use that context to give a natural language response, right? So as you will see in a few examples. But I'm not gonna spend too much time on the code this time. Those videos can drag out forever. But if you're interested, of course, as always, just become a member of the channel. I will put this up on the community GitHub where we have full access to this, and the community Discord. So yeah, look out for that. Just follow the link in the description. For now, I think we're just gonna go and do some more testing and see actually what this system can do, right? So the first thing I want to start with is actually not using OpenAI or Grok, what we have available here. I want to use a local model on my system. So I'm just gonna copy this local function here that chooses a local model run from LM Studio. And I'm just going to replace, instead of running from OpenAI, we're going to run from our local system. So let me just set that up. Okay, so that was done. I switched out all the OpenAI functions to our local model. I went over here to LM Studio. I picked Mistral 7B Open Hermes 2.5. I started a server here, and yeah, we are ready to go. Okay, so the first thing I want to try is just, what is the price of Bitcoin today? Should use code analysis. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna use some code here. That's good. I was hoping for some kind of API. Okay, yeah, that's promising. So let's see here. We are installing our packages we need, request, I guess, and stuff. Could not convert string to float. 72. Okay, I think that is the price. Let's try again here. Still could not convert string to float. Okay, so we got it in the end. That took some time. Code output, the price of Bitcoin today is 72287. And then we get like the natural response. The current price of Bitcoin today is 72,287. Perfect. And you can kind of see here, if we zoom in here, you can see we are using the Mistral 7B, right? If I zoom in here, you kind of see it here. Accumulated 22 tokens, right? So I'm very happy with that. Let's just stay here on Mistral 7B. So I wanted to try what is the weather forecast for London this upcoming weekend. Use an API to find out. My API key is, and I just gave them my free API key from Open Weather Map, I think it's called. Yes, we should use a code, that's good. Hopefully I can find the API I want to use. So yeah, Open Weather Map, it fed our API key. Yeah, that looks good. So let's see now. Yeah. The upcoming weekend weather forecast is showing overcast clouds with a temperature of 13 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity of 81%. I don't think it's Fahrenheit though. I guess it is. Wind speed. All right, I guess that's fine. So yeah, good job. Okay, so I went ahead, I switched to Grok. So this is gonna be very fast. We're gonna pick the Mistral 8x7B model here. And we're gonna try something a bit more challenging. So yeah, let's just clear this, right? Okay. Okay, so what I wanted to try was, I bought 1 Bitcoin 1 year ago. What was the cost then? What is the worth today? How many percentage did I gain? Okay, so let's see if we can fix this. Okay, so let's see here. Yes, we should use the code analysis. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we are using a CoinDesk API here. Okay, so let's see if this is gonna work. I'm just gonna let it run. Okay, so we have an error here. Okay, so we ended up with unable to fetch historical price. That could have been an API problem, so no, that did not work. Let's try to change to ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo. Yeah, so let's see if ChatGPT can solve this. We're gonna use the 3.5, yeah, like I said. Okay, so let's try the same again. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use some code here, good. Okay, now we are using a different API, so CoinGecko. So let's see if that works. Okay, so we have an answer straight away. Okay, so the cost of 1 Bitcoin 1 year ago was $24,178, 71,000 now. Okay, percentage gain 195%. This seems very reasonable. I think that might be correct. Let me just quickly go and check that. Okay, so here I am on the 1 year chart. So if we go all the way left here, 24,000 something, right? Okay, if we see here, 24,000, yeah, perfect. So yeah, that solved it pretty good. So yeah, well done. Okay, so the final thing I want to show you today is how much I love the Anthropic Claude 3 Opus for coding. So I'm just gonna take you to how I kind of add a new feature to the code we have been using today. So I just set my system prompt very simple. You're a software dev with expertise in Python. Your task is to assist the user. So nothing fancy here. I just type my code and then I pasted in my full code here, right? And let's take a look at my instructions here. So let me just copy that so you can see it a bit better. I want to add a new feature to my code. The feature is the following. 1, before executing the code, I want the user to confirm with a Y or N. If the user presses Y, the code will execute. If the user presses N, we should suggest a different code to the user. After that, go back to the confirmation stage. Can you fix? That was all I put in, right? And when I ran this, we got this answer. So basically, no bullshit here. Certainly, here is the updated code. So it doesn't go around like GPT-4, explain everything in clear text before. So it just gives me the code and a short explanation on the bottom here. Okay, so let me just copy that. So let's grab the function first. Let's go into our code here, paste it in, save that. Let's go back to Anthropic. Let's grab the main function, right? Okay, good. Let's go down here. I know it's weird using Notepad, but it looks much better on video. Okay, so we did that. Now let's test it. So let's just run the same query as previously. So let's do the Bitcoin one, okay? So hopefully now when the code is written, it stops, right, and asks for our permission. Yeah, you can see. Do you want to execute this code, Y or N? Let's press N, because that's more interesting. Okay, so generating an alternative code. So we're gonna compare them now and see if they are different, right? Okay, so let's see here now. So yeah, we have the print statements here. Yeah, you can see this is different. We're still using the API. So now let's try to execute that. Yeah, perfect. Let's see if it was correct this time. Yeah, basically the same. So you can see it took me like 2-3 minutes to add a new feature to our code. Very simple. Hopefully this gave you some kind of tip, but I just wanted to highlight how good and how enjoyable it's been to using Claude 3 for this. Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to share with you today. As always, if you want access to the code I've been using in this video, just become a member and you will get access to the GitHub repo. Other than that, wish you a great day, and hopefully I will be back on Sunday. I'm traveling this weekend, but I will try to make a video beforehand. So anyway, see you soon.